Buddy the dog, what are you doing, my friend? Ready to see what we're gonna get into? Well, you are not alone, because today is an exciting day because of what I'm holding here in my hand. Multiple things, but we shall see here shortly if this is worth what we spent. We'll use the pickup as a stage here, but we are about to make things serious around here and see if we can't keep these ridiculous calves from escaping all the time, because I'm getting tired of getting a call almost every morning from a neighbor who says, you've got one out in the thing. So, and it's always the same one, and there's a few that seem to be following his bad example, but for the most part it's the same one all the time that's out. And so we want to try to stop that, because it ain't good for nobody for him to be running around. So we're gonna get started right after this. Welcome back. If you haven't seen my videos before, you're probably lucky. But if not, whatever. I'm Ross the Oliver Man, and we're going to do some more fencing, because I seem to be having a problem with one bovine that can't get with the program. And he needs to be sold, but if you don't know anything about the cattle situation, wintertime is not typically a good time to sell because you don't get as much. So I'm either going to have to try to find somebody directly that will pay me what I want and get it over with, get him sold to somebody, or I'm going to have to try to keep him through the winter till springtime. And, you know, but if he gets to be much more of a trouble, he's probably going to just have to go no matter what type of loss I take. So we're gonna working on that. Check out this fancy thing I found at the supply tractor store. They put a little hammerhead on that, almost like they finally figured out that we're using every tool as a hammer. So that's pretty sweet. But what we're gonna start with is, I'll show you in a minute. I'm gonna grab some supplies out of the truck here, and then we'll go over to our sad fencing area. What do you think, Buddy the dog? Do you think that we'll be able to keep these bovines where they need to be? I think that probably, truth be told, you should be doing a better job of watching them when I'm not around. But that is neither here nor there. All right. In our last installment, we finally got our string trimmer to work appropriately. And you see shards of remnants of string all over the ground. But I do have to say, after the first spool of that 105 line we ran through there, I put in that factory red string that came with that head, and it worked better than that 105 line. It's 95. So I'm thinking that my string must either be brittle and it needs to be soaked in water, like that trick everybody said, or I need to just get 95 line and be done with it. Maybe there's some kind of weird property about it, like, you know, it does better when it's a certain thickness. I don't know. But I went along here and I got some stuff cleared, and I got 3 more ground rods driven, which consequently was not an easy task because this is all grown up with crap. Yet another thing that is going to change. Grandpa did not believe in, you know, spray or anything like behind here, and I'm not like that. I want this all fixed because this looks like crap. So anyway, we're going to connect those 3 rods over to what we got, and then we're going to change out our fencer. Eventually I will come through here and pick up. Apparently he was dumping his concrete remnants back here for some reason, but that's okay. And also apparently the last time that the grain truck got backed in the shed, it got backed into that post and broke it off, and the wall is bulging out. So that is also going to be on my list of things to make more better, because this is kind of ridiculous here. So I'm not really sure what took place, because it almost looks like he cut a hole there to get in this way for something. So I'm not really sure what was going on. I just know it's always been grown up in trash, which hasn't been helping, but it's all gonna go away. All of this brush and these trees growing right behind here. It's just gonna take me some time. But today's project is fencing. So that's where we are. I probably, now that I think about it, I got my roll of red wire here, but I probably should get a screwdriver, because I'm pretty sure those clamps were screwdriver-like. What am I trying to say? Let's throw everything on the ground. This looks like crap, all this trash. I need to pick this up. We'll get it. Little steps of progress at a time. But actually, I made a discovery, which was, what do I want to say? I should have went to the local hardware store right away, because they had, not only did they have cheaper copper ground rods by like 10 bucks, but they also had copper clamps. And I think that's even better yet than whatever those other ones were made out of. So that's what we're gonna use. Ooh, these have flathead. So that's a good thing I looked at that, because the other ones had Phillips head. So let me go grab a nice, I better take this with me. Let me grab a nice flathead screwdriver that will fit these appropriately. And then we're gonna run our wires over here again. And then once I get my, I'm kind of thinking I'm starting from the far end, working this way, and then I only have to have the fence shut off for a second while I make the final connection, and then swap the fencer over. So that's my plan of attack here. I would like to, though, maybe see if, like, leave this fencer on for a little bit, a second, and see if I can tell any noticeable difference in the spark by just adding 3 more ground rods. But I don't know. It might be getting hot enough where I'm not brave enough to grab a hold of it anymore. So yeah. Oh, geez. Okay, well, in typical fashion, why get the right tool for the job when I could have this insanely long screwdriver for the job? That's what we'll do. I also have taken into serious consideration someone's suggestion, because I've thought about doing this before over the years, but there were several people who commented that they have done it, and that is actually physically run a ground wire around the whole fence as well. Like, if you have 5 wires in your fence, make one of them a ground, so that if they stick their head between it, they're gonna get it. And that is a good idea. What's always kind of kept me from doing it is if they rip something down, it's just gonna sit there and arc out against itself, and I don't know if it will destroy the fencer or cause a problem right away. You know what I'm saying? There's really no good way to do this. Don't get old, friends. I'm having a heck of a time getting myself positioned where I can work, because my knee is killing me. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Someday we're gonna have a cleaning day. Clean up all our brush, trim some of this better. We'll get some good spray mixed up this spring and hose this whole affair down and hopefully solve our problems. But that's not today's problem. Today's problem is wiring. So like I said, I don't know, there's nothing really here that I can stick you to. All right, we're gonna try that. You're precariously positioned, but that's the way she's gonna be. I did manage to get my red wire wound up on this spool here last time, so that it's not just a mess of sadness. However, that also means that it's going to be, unless I take it totally loose again, I gotta kind of unspool it first. And that might be easier said than done. Try that. I sucker punched you and you ended up way off of the thing there. But you know what else is new? So let's get off of there. And insanely long screwdriver. Okay, this one does also. I should have probably read that. Did it say something important? No. Approved for rebar, suitable for direct burial in earth and concrete. Well, we're not direct burying in earth and or concrete, so. And again, I'm gonna go between here as such, instead of, yeah, instead of the thing, you know, the thing. Let's not break it. How much is too much? When you hear the tink, you went too far. I think I'm too far. I'm gonna leave it there. That's pretty darn good, I think. All right, this rod and I have a special connection, as it severely sucker punched me in the throat whilst I was putting it together. I still don't know how it happened, but it really badly hurt. And so, yeah. We're gonna try to not have that problem. Alright, I should have had this ready to go, and I didn't, because I actually need to unspool more wire before I ever do anything here, because this one's gonna have to have two in it, you see. Let's just hold it. That'll hold it there whilst we unspool some more of our wire. Okay, we're gonna just go with this and get this done and move on to the next one. Exciting footage, isn't it? Looking at my leg, just hanging out. Let's go this way. Or not. You know, I thought I could very nicely loosen it. Get both of those in there. And it is instead proving to be a struggle. Let's just these copper ones, I could probably put them through that and it would never lose connection, but I don't know. Just seems like, why don't we eliminate the middleman? Put it in direct. Then we'll take this, wrap these around. Someone had a goodish idea that I'd never considered, and that was like on the connection I made to this hot wire and stuff, liquid electrical tape, and it would stay nice. So I might have to pursue that idea. I mean, it makes sense. Will it work? I don't know. All right, we're all hooked up. I'm scared now. It does bite you. Decent-ish. Even with the shoes on. I'm not willing to take my shoes off and try it. It's hard to hold it just right to get it. That's a pretty good spark. Let's go get the other fencer now and swap out and see if all of our dreams come true. Let's see what this does. All it can do is kill us and burn down the whole place. And if that's all that can happen, then what are we worried about? You just keep looking at me, you bovines. You had your chance to have your fun, and now you're gonna pay. All right, out with the new and in with the newer. I hate to take away something that's brand new, but maybe I'll just keep it. I don't know. It's kind of foolish though to keep. Oh, I hear a lonely calf bawling that's about to get zapped. He's going to pay for his sins. Let's see. What are the chances that any of these nails line up for this? Probably not. Oh, it might actually. It's almost like they knew the disappointment that you were going to have. But I don't like that. We're going to have to modify our box here a little bit with another 2x4 to have this to have something to rest over. I'm afraid that that's going to snap those things off without it having, yeah. Okay, technical difficulties. What are the chances I can find a piece of 2x4 right quick? All right. Of course, everything's slightly different than before. The electric cord comes out on the other side. That's no big deal. We will make that happen. Let's go behind this board. Let's just go behind it all the way. That'll work. Now, before we plug it in, let's hook up our wires. Our wires, which are now too short, aren't they? Are they too short? Or can I get them longer by... I knew that it wouldn't be simple, because it never is. It's never is. It's not gonna go. I don't really want... I guess that's not too bad. Oh, we got a way different setup than I'm used to. Hey, I kind of like that. That's nice. Guten tight. Guten tight. What's this one gonna be like? Well, all right, everything's hooked back up. Let's plug her in. Uh-oh. There we go. It may take it a minute to get on the ball. Like some of those, all the time it took, there was like a warm-up period. Sounds right. Sounds like the right pattern. I hope that moo was a cow touching the fence. Nothing would satisfy me more. Oh yeah. Even the ones where I don't have it held just right are sparking a nice hot blue spark. Oh yeah. I can hold it farther away too and it still jumps. Okay, friends, I think we got us something now. I mean, time will tell, I suppose. But am I brave enough to touch this one? I can hear it on this one. I can hear it shooting electricity down the wire. I can hear it like it's actually making it make noise. Yeah, that one you don't want to touch even with the shoes on. So I think we did it. All right, well, there's really no way to know till, you know, we do our longevity test. But so far, even though it doesn't seem like it's any different, it does seem like it's different, because that one, I could still kind of touch this and it didn't really bother me. This one, even with my shoes on, it still made me want to pull away pretty bad. So, and I think, even though I didn't want that kind, I think that this is one of those smart jobbies. I looked at their pamphlet they sent with it, and I think it regulates the load. So, like when I was touching it a minute ago, the first one maybe wasn't bad, but then the next one was really aggressive, and I think what it's doing is it senses that there's a load on it, and then it just pumps her all the way up to full. So when you don't need it, it saves you a little bit. But I don't know, we'll try it. This is the second from the biggest one they make. I don't know, if I had a piece of test wire, I might have to go get one. We could arc across them and watch it shoot a flame, but we don't have to do that. We know it's working by taking that handle loose. It's kind of quiet too. I mean, but it's doing its job. Anyway, I hope this is the last installment in fence fixing for a while, because I'm kind of over it. I do need to go down. I do need to go down to the woods and fix a strand where I saw they tore it off the post. And that section is not electric right now, but it needs to be. I need to run a jumper wire over to it and make it electric. It never was, because it wasn't cleaned out. Grandpa had put it up and then it growed up with stuff, and I finally got it clear, but that's where one of them I've seen several times crawl through. He's figured out that that's the only section that has no power to it, and he's found that one spot. So I'm gonna have to do that. But anyway, I'm hoping that my fencing is a success now. But like I said, time will tell. And hopefully longevity and hot spark will follow us all the days of our life. So we're gonna leave this one here. As always, if you enjoy my videos, give them a thumbs up. Leave a comment and tell me how dumb you think I am. Or if by some slim chance you liked it, say that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.